Hi, I'm Victoria Ballou, and thank you for trusting your intuition to come here in this moment to find out what your subconscious wants you to know. And so I invite you to choose a stack of cards to hear the message coming from the tarot, which will be working through your subconscious energy to share a message with you that you need to hear right now. And go with your first impulse, your first intuition on it, because that's the correct one. Don't overthink it. And while you're choosing, I want to invite you to tune in to my monthly magazine that I created 10 years ago and publish every month. It's called AstroLogic Magazine. And each month we have a new issue which contains contributions by the most amazing people in the metaphysical world. We have articles on astrology, tarot, well-being, as I call it, which embodies all sorts of things like sacred geometry and sound healing and soul awakening. All of this is to bring together the world of the metaphysical in our modern practice so that we integrate it in a way that works with our whole being. Because sometimes we leave the metaphysical out of the physical, and my intention is to bring it all together. And so, hopefully you've chosen a stack of cards, and before we begin, I want to share with you my favorite quote, which I live by, that hopefully resonates with you as well, because it always is good to remember this. I think about this every day. I even write it on my wrist, be, do, have, right? Which embodies this quote by Albert Einstein, who said, "Everything is energy. That's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality." This is not philosophy. This is physics. All right, let's begin. We'll start with Vesta, my warrior priestess. We'll scoot her over, and if you chose this first stack of cards, let's take a look at the first card, which is your overview energy. This is your energy from a broad standpoint right now. Let's see what's going on. Okay, and so we're going to start with, I'm really glad that you tuned in to this episode because, here's the Five of Swords. Here in the Thoth deck, it's called disappointment. And so this is saying that right now you're resonating with some energy that feels very disappointing to you. Something that didn't go as planned, something that that's causing you to feel less than right now. And of course, swords represents the element of air and intellect. So this is something that's playing in your conscious mind of being disappointing to you, of things falling through, or maybe just one thing that is causing you distress right now. Disappointment can take on all sorts of gradations. It can be intense or it could be mild. You know what this is right now. And so, you're resonating with this energy. And if that is not enough, you still have your challenge card here. But a lot of times the challenge energy will show us, it will bring some clarity to the situation. And so let's take a look. Go ahead and take a look at what it is. All right. So here's the devil energy. What this is saying is, with this disappointment that you're resonating with, it's geared around something that is, the devil can resonate with materialistic things. It can resonate with our shadow. This is something that feels overindulged, that you're disappointed with the result of something that has been brought about by either being too caught up in a materialistic pursuit or being engaged in some shadow energy that does not serve you. Again, you know what this represents. And so this is your challenge. This is for you to deal with. And I hope you take it seriously. Even if it's a small thing, it's something that you, I'm sure, recognize. And so getting rid of the disappointment energy is really important, and working through this devil energy. And that's why we have the third card, which is your course of action called for. Let's see what it is and see what to do about it. Yeah, so Seven of Cups, debauch. This is saying that you feel stuck. This is not a new energy to you. You've been mired down in this energy for a while, because this is clearly indicating that with what we're seeing here in the cards. And let's point out, look at the colors. They all resonate with the purple and the blue and this kind of sickly pale green. You know, of course, those are the same colors that we see in the Seven of Cups energy. Exactly. Same. And it's also resonating with this devil energy as far as the colors. So this is clearly the message that you need to hear today. And that is, it's time to get unstuck. You know, and how do you do that? That sounds like a big task, I'm sure, but you can do it. You need to do it. Of course, as I said, you know, the disappointment card is swords, and so that represents air and your intellect, whereas the Seven of Cups resonates with your emotions, you know, and so you're working with both of these. You know, you have the 5 and the 7, and from those standpoints, from numerology, it's not steady. Neither one of those numbers really put you on firm ground, and so I would recommend doing something along the lines of, you need to literally get moving, right? Whatever this sticky energy is that is weighing you down, that's creating this disappointment in your life, and almost certainly it has to do with something that is either materialistic or working with your shadow energy. What is your shadow energy? That is all about overindulgence, you know, taking something too far. Whether it be your emotions or some sort of habit that you're engaged in, that is what I'm talking about here. You know specifically what this is. It's time for you to get that energy moving. Go take a walk. Go do some physical exercise. Get away from whatever it is that is creating this energy around you. Make a shift. Even if it's just a small shift at first, if you keep doing that step after step, you're going to be able to look back and see that you have come a really great distance from it eventually. If you can't, make a big shift. Take a 180-degree turn away from this. But the tarot, your subconscious is saying it's time to do that. And so I really hope that you listen to this message and work through this energy to get it moving. And good luck. All right, let's take a look underneath the second stack of cards, underneath this beautiful fossilized shell. Your first card is your overview energy. This is your energy from a broad standpoint right now. Let's see what's going on. Wow, how great for you. You have the 6 of discs, success. I love looking at this card. It feels like success, right? So you're resonating with some beautiful energy of feeling success in your life. Now, discs represents our physical environment. It can represent our bodies. This is something that's tangible to you, that is feeling successful. Could be in your job, your home, whatever it is. This is fantastic for you. Enjoy this energy. But as we all know, even when we have the most amazing success energy with us, there's always a challenge. That is what life is about. That's part of us being on the path in this life. And so we're going to take a look at the second card to see what your challenge energy is right now. Okay, interesting. Star. The star is all about manifesting your dreams into reality, to recognize your worth in the world, to recognize that you are a star in some regard. Now, because this is your challenge, this means that even though you're resonating with this beautiful success energy, somehow this is not a totality for you. Somehow you're still being challenged, and it's probably something within you saying either that you feel like it's not enough, that you haven't quite hit it the way you wanted to in this success, or that it's undeserved, or something that is being felt as very self-critical here. What this card is saying is that this is what you need to deal with right now, and you know what this is. So let's take a look at the third card, which is your course of action called for, to see how to work through this energy. Okay, Aeon, another major arcana card here in the Thoth deck. What the Aeon is representing, in other decks like the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this is called judgment. And so that's what's called into play here as your course of action, is to take a real critical stance. And by critical, I mean objective. Look at the situation and try to be unbiased about it, and recognize that you are in a place where you can level up in a major way in terms of this being a challenge for you, because here you are having a great success in the moment, but feeling either not worthy of it, or like it wasn't as much as what you had hoped. And what this card is saying is, take a step back. Look at this with new eyes. Look at this from a very critical standpoint of saying, okay, I am pulling my emotions out of this, and here's what I'm seeing. Here's what I need to do as a result of what I then see. You'll actually understand what I mean when you do this, because if you can pull your emotions back from it, and it's not always easy to do that, but if you can and learn how to do that, you're going to get some insight that will help you deal with allowing this star energy to really shine within you, so that you recognize that you own this, and that you can be and are being the star, and just allow that to resonate with you. You know what this energy is specifically dealing with, and so I encourage you to work with this. This is a great message for you today, and I wish you all good luck in working through this. All right, let's take a look at the third stack of cards underneath the quartz obelisk. The first card is your overview energy. Your energy from a broad standpoint right now. Let's take a look at what it is. Nice, nice, nice. You have the Four of Wands, completion. In some decks, the Thoth deck, it's the marriage card. That's the nickname for it. What this represents is something coming to completion, that things have gotten worked out, that what you were working toward has been finalized. And so, again, this could be something literal, like a marriage. Wands, of course, represent our spirituality. It can resonate with any sort of completion that you are experiencing right now. The coming together of hard work on a work project, or in a relationship, or any number of situations. You know what this resonates with. And so how wonderful for you, because this is a great card to have as your overview. Enjoy that energy. But of course, we always have challenge energy to work with. And that's what the second card is right here. We're going to take a look and see what energy is also working within you right now. Okay, it's the Nine of Discs. It's called gain. And of course, in the balcony view, in the positive view, gain is just fabulous. It's talking about gain in terms of money, in terms of your physical well-being, in terms of your surroundings, but this is challenge energy for you right here. And so if we look at it in terms of how this works with the Four of Wands completion, this being your challenge, this is saying that even though you have worked something to a completion, you're not getting the reward that you should be receiving. Now, is this being held back by yourself? Are you holding yourself back from allowing this gain to come into your life, or is someone else? You know, this feels like this could be someone else working and not having this completion be 100% successful feeling for you. So that's what this Nine of Discs is talking about, that your challenge energy is to bring this sense of success, gain, fully into your life, because somehow it's here with this Four of Wands completion, but it's not completely here. And so we're going to take a look at the third card, which is your course of action called for, and see what to do about it. Yeah, okay. And so you have the Eight of Cups, debauch. This is an emotion, right? You know, cups always represent our emotions. And debauch, of course, is really an energy that feels there's a lot of anxiety with this. There's lethargy. There is the sense of frustration. This is all either you have all of it or some of it, but it has put you in a place where you don't feel like it's moving forward in any sort of a constructive way. Now, being your course of action called for card, this is saying it's time to remove that. And so working with your emotions, this is talking about shifting the way that you approach this rather than feeling victimized, which very much this card is pointing toward that, especially the being in the place of your action card. You must turn loose of any sort of inactive thoughts that you have. It's time to get in gear. This is how this gain card, this Nine of Discs, gets activated and pulls this Four of Wands completion card into full force for you. Whatever is emotionally making you hit the brakes, that has made you hit the brakes, turn loose of that in whatever way you need to, because it's time to move forward and allow this gain to fully, so you can fully embrace it. You know, even if it's someone else who is holding you back from feeling this gain, your emotional shift is going to bring about a shift in the whole situation. And so the card here is giving you the advice, and your subconscious wanted you to hear the message that it is time to turn loose of being any sort of victim energy, the woe is me, and instead turn it into action of moving forward in a very constructive and positive way. And I wish you a lot of good luck with that. I'm really glad you came here today to hear this message, because that can be a huge difference in the way that this plays out for you. All right, thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them for me, because I am always happy to read them and I am always here to serve you. Thank you for joining me.